everyone, so this is the deck off of a DLT 3000 Craftsman. It's a 42 inch and I'm gonna replace some parts in this thing, but first we need to take a few things off, which is going to be each of the spindles, the flywheels here on top, just everything, because I need to replace the spindles. I'll put new blades on it too. I'm missing a spring because this thing totally failed over here and it blew everything apart. The spindle mounting's actually broken, and this thing here, this is for one of the springs. The spring is gone. That's the spring that hooks up to the brake for on the pulley, but I don't know, I think we'll be able to get her fixed up here. I did replace this pulley a few years ago. This one, yeah, this is the one that engages the drive belts. It's getting there. I think it'll be okay for a while, so I'm just going to replace what I need to replace. Unless a kit or something has more junk in it than who knows. But we'll go. This is all a process. So I'm going to have to remove this cover here. I'm just going to make my life easy so I can get at the bolt here on the pulley. There's 3 spots here. They're weird. They're those Torx bits. Here, I'll show you. So let's get these out. One. Two. 3. Alright, try to keep everything together. You don't want to lose stuff. So I'll set this aside. And I'm not going to worry about taking off the blades and everything right now. We're just going to take off these pulleys if they come off nice. That beautiful. Huh. I keep my big nut on here so I don't lose it. Oh, and just keep in mind, I have heard that the new spindles do not come with these washers. Keep that washer there. Again, there's a washer down there. Leave it there, so when you get the new one, I don't think that washer comes with them. Alright, so we want to get, there's 3 bolts that need to come out to get the spindle out. Here, here, and here. So a lot of these have it, there's either 3 mounts or 4 mounts, so make sure when you're buying the right one, just take a look under. So let's go ahead and get this first one off here, this first spindle. Nice. Just turn them right off. Oh well, the other one's sheared off, by the way. So I had that sitting there, but that's where it does go. Well, that one came out in one piece. Oh. Well, that's one of the mounts. So, yeah, it's no good. So anyways, the mounts blew right off of this thing. And this ring, you have to keep this ring. It'll go back underneath. But yeah, it totally destroyed this thing. The mounts blew right off. And I think this resulted from hitting something that probably shouldn't have done this. But I think there must have been a crack a long time ago, and it was always sort of cutting a root a little bit funny for a long time. But yeah, look at that. You know, this deck is from 2004, possibly. And you know what? Look at that. Those bearings still feel good. I thought they would be really bad. So, I mean, these are non-greasable ones, so yeah. Interesting. Anyway, so I'll take the other side off and carry on. Okay, so let's get this spindle and blade out of here. Remember there was a spring that was on here, that's right here, that attaches to here, associated with the brake. But anyways, take this spring off of here, if you haven't done so already. Move that back out of the way. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to use some hand power here. Hopefully I can fit this in here. Well, that's why it was so tight. Just torqued it right off because it rusted in. But that's fine. You get new bolts with the spindles, so. Alright, here's the other one. Yeah, all things considered, the bearings are not that bad in these. So I'm going to replace the blades. I almost thought I wouldn't have to, but you can see this one's missing a bunch of stuff out the side here. And I do a lot of mulching. I'm going to find some mulching blades for this thing. But that's all there is to get these spindles out. So next step is I'm going to have to go and do some searching and find the right parts. Probably off the Amazons. But okay, but that's step one. Okay everyone, so I'm doing this deck rebuild. And so this deck is at least about 20 years old. So before I can continue, I noticed this weld is broken, and this assembly, it's welded on, so you can't just buy a new one and bolt it on. I'm sure you could maybe buy this stuff somewhere, but so I'm gonna have to fix this broken weld, otherwise, you know, it's gonna be a mess. But anyways, I'm gonna do that. This is something I'm not an expert on, so I'm just gonna give her a go. I have a welder, never used a welder before, so let me do this and I'll show you the end result. Okay, back out here again, and my last section, yeah, I fixed up this, I welded it. I'm not going to show you how to weld because I don't know how to weld very well, so it'd be kind of silly. But anyways, I just put a plate on there, welded it. And then I was going to replace this one pulley here because it's making a lot of noise. And how these work, I already undid the nut off of here, and so it just comes off. Normally these are very easy. You just unscrew the nut, and this bolt, now these are designed to fit in like it's a square. So either my fault or it was on there really tight. I don't know what happened, but make sure you get something to go underneath to hold this up in place. Otherwise it may drop down and it will spin and it will ruin the square and on the actual bolt, and now it just spins like this. So I'm gonna get out the welder again, and I'm just gonna tack these little corners in here and call it a day, and we'll get this pulley on. And that's where I'll pick up the recording once I get this put in place. Then I'll show you how to finish this up. But anyway. Okay, let's get at this. This is the pulley. I think it's called like a flat idler pulley. This one actually engages the blades, or tightens the belt to engage the blades. I replaced this one. I might have mentioned that. This one was sounding pretty noisy, so since I had it all apart, let's go ahead. So I did have to do a little spot weld to hold this bolt in, because it was messed up. There's a little square piece that you have to get under there when you undo it and hold the bolt up as you undo it. No, this was super on here super tight, and it wrecked the square part on that bolt, so it just was spinning freely. That's why little spot weld in there. To put this on, look at this side. This is the shaft of the bearing kind of protrudes on one side. That's the side that goes down, and not always the case. There is a little washer, but don't forget to put on this little belt guide first. You can't mess that up. It only goes on one way. And then put this washer down here. I've noticed on some they don't have that, but this one did. Get this guy down here and get this nut put on here. Hopefully that's gonna go on. She was really hard coming off. I don't know. Hopefully it didn't suffer damage. But anyways. Okay, so that feels pretty good. Let's see how it feels by hand here. So that feels tight enough to me. You don't have to go super crazy, but there you go. That's on. Alright, I guess we're ready to get the new spindles put in here. Let me go grab them. Okay, so just to speed up the video, I'll show you how to do one side. The other side's exactly the same. So don't forget this ring that came out. And grab the new spindle here. Oh, I suppose I can leave that on for now. So anyways, gonna have to feed this up from underneath. And so in the end, the ring's gonna be sitting on here. Be all underneath. Let's see if I can get that into place. Well, it's convenient. Little holes lined up. Okay, so what I suggest, before I forget, and you might forget also, let's get the, where's the bolts for that thing? Okay, so the only thing that's different with this DLT 3000, pretty much, you know, all these spindles are the same, except This one is kind of weird because it only has 3 mounting points. Most lawn tractors have 4, and perhaps they figured that was a better thing to do later on. But this is a fairly old unit, so just when you're looking, you know you have the right one. If you'll go underneath and check. If it has 3, get the one with the 3. If it has 4, get the one with the 4. And what is this, a 13? Okay. Alright, so don't forget to put this bracket here. And let's try to get one of these lined up. Make sure you start these by hand, of course. That's why you take pictures. Make sure you get these things on right. Because I almost put this on incorrectly, but you know, my photographic memory caught that. That's why I take pictures. Okay, so let's give this a little, tighten them up evenly. All right, let's check them by hand. Make sure they're not either too loose or too tight, and be able to tell. Oh yeah. That's reasonable. Okay, so that's all there is to getting one of these spindles in. And let me do the other side, and then we'll get into getting all this stuff set up, because there's some springs and stuff. Okay. While I'm on the side where I just put the spindle in, I forgot to mention when I did that weld, I had to take this thing off. This is like the brake arm or whatever it's called. So we need to put this back on. Yeah, this washer thing goes in between, then this goes on top. And it's important that it's on this side. This is the front of the deck, by the way, so if you're sitting on the lawn tractor, this is how the deck would look. Where I'm standing, I'm looking towards the front. I would call this the right side if I was sitting on the lawn tractor. So this needs to go on. And the reason, oh, something just fell. Oh yeah, a little washer. Okay, and it should move freely. And the reason I bring that up is because on this other side, wait a second, I gotta grab this washer. Okay, so this is tightened up. That should be there. And don't forget, I just saw this. This is the washer that just fell. And this, put it back into place so you don't lose the darn thing. This is where your cable hooks to, where you engage the blades. Anyway, so the whole reason that got brought up is because I was over here. On this side, I was just about to bolt this spindle in, but this arm is in the wrong spot. Now, it's not a big deal if you had bolted it together, but then you'd have to take it apart. So I'm just gonna lift this up, move this over. There we go. There, and we're all good to go now. So, camera's rolling anyway. Hopefully it's on screen. Don't forget this guy. This one fits on... This one was kind of weird if I recall. Yeah. This one goes like this. Hopefully. I mean, that's how it was on there, but... Well, I'm not sure if that's how it was on there, because when this spindle blew off, this thing came with it. Everything got torn out of there. But it looks like this is how it was on, and it makes sense. It's fitting in properly, so... So I kind of had the feel for it this time, and hopefully these are just about right. Yep. If I'm sniffling and huffing and puffing, it's freezing outside, by the way. I guess it's the right time to do this. Got my last cut in and then this thing blew up, so there we go. Okay, second one's in. Oh, what's next? I know. I picked up some new springs. One of them was gone, and the other one was not the correct spring. It was one I put on a long time ago, but now I have a set of 3 because you need 3. Hopefully we can get these on without any trouble. So basically this one hooks around here and it comes up to a hole here. Alright. And in fact, I think the spring was missing off of mine. I wonder if I should spin this around. That doesn't seem to matter. And there's also one that goes from here. Then there's a little hole in the deck there. And then the last one goes on the other brake thing here. Again, there's a little hole just like this one on this side. So wrap that around, put it in. And you can look at the functionality. So when you engage the blades, the belt pulls this forward. These brake things, you should see both of them come out and away from the spindles if everything's working properly, which it does. Perfect. And then when you release the pressure on the belt, these come in onto the pulleys, the belt pulleys for the blades, and it slows them down, stops them. So, okay, I'm happy with that. She looks operational, folks. It's never worked better. Okay, a few more things to do. Hang on. Okay, so before I continue, I'm going to spin this thing upside down. I'm actually going to put the blades on. There's a reason for that, I believe, anyway, in my mind. But let's just go ahead. We'll show you how to do that. I'll just flip it over this way, if I can.
Are you recording right now?
I am.
Oh.
But that's okay.
Well, nice job there.
All right.
Give it up.
Thanks.
Thumbs up.
Good. Okay, so I picked up these blades here. These are, I only mulch. I never bag or anything. So the old blades, well, it's a thinner material and it's like a high lift blade. Like the air, it really wants to suck the air up. This one's sort of toned down a little bit. It's just a much different design. This one's pretty straight. This one has all this curvature stuff to it. So I don't know. We'll see how these work. It's heavier duty than the old one, that for sure. And if you're wondering, these ones are nice because it says right here, grass side. Probably can't see that on video. And then the spindles do come with the bolt and washer to put this on. There we go. I just thought I'd do the blades first because then when I put the blade pulleys on the top, I have something to hang on to so I can tighten them up nice. So yeah, there's the washer and a lock washer, so just make sure you get it tightened down so you flatten out the that lock washer. Oh, feels good. Yeah. Yep. And listen to that. I don't hear anything. All right, so we're all good here. One of the old blades I had. Okay, let's turn this thing back over. Here's you get the pulleys with the spindles all. Well, you don't necessarily. I decided to get new pulley things. Just I don't know, just in case something was different, you know, with the grooves and stuff to the old one. But there's a little piece of rubber here they have protecting those, the little spindle brake thing. Just move that back. Put that on there. Oh, is there also? Let me check something. There should be a washer. This washer should be sitting there. And that fits down. And I may, yeah, this is an odd size. Well, maybe not an odd size. It's 22 millimeter. Most standard little tool sets don't come with that, so you might have to go out and buy one. And I'll do a quick check, but I think it's going to be fine how it is. This metal, this bolt going on there, like that stuff, that material is all super heavy duty, so you're not going to hurt anything. I just want to know if it's good, so then I'll just torque down the other side and I won't have to worry about holding this blade, which is kind of awkward. Actually, I'll stick something in here. Let's see how tight it is. Yeah, it's plenty good. So the other one, I'll just slap that in. I'll just use my driver here. Okay, so let's get the other one on. Take that little rubber thing off. So the washer's there. And pull back on the little brake. That down there. That's good. So it's done. I mean, we just have to slap this onto the lawn tractor, but everyone has videos of how to take these off and put them on. Oh, one last thing to do here. Just have to put this cover on right here. So those little Torx and bolt things. User 3. I just wanted to show you how to put the belt on the Craftsman DLT 3000 deck. It's quite easy. There's a diagram that I found here. And this can be done when the deck is attached to the machine, but I had it off for doing some work on it. So basically all you do is you start off, the tricky part, well, it's not tricky, but you know, you have to angle the belt through here first. Get it over this nut and onto the this pulley here, which if you're sitting on the lawn tractor, that's the left side. So just worry about that. Get it around there. and then bring it all the way back along here to the right side pulley for the blades. And then, you know, make sure that it's around the pulley and it's on the inside of the brake. And then it comes through here. There's a little tab here and a tab there. So you want to go on the inside. You just sort of pull this out a bit and stuff the belt in there. And that heads up to the front. And then as you come back around, there's the other idler pulley. And you go on the inside and again, make sure the belt is on the inside of the little tab here. And then it just comes around and under here and back around. And then when you get your deck ready, all hooked up, you can just slide the belt onto the unit and away you go. So that's what it looks like if you're looking for a diagram. And there it is there. Okay, enjoy.